Bullying isn't just confined to the schoolyard or kids' Facebook accounts. It can be a big problem for adults, too, as Heather Wright discovers in part 4 of our series this week on bullying.
Bullying is not something you grow out of. In fact, nearly half of all Canadian adults say it has followed them into the workplace.
This is almost a new frontier for bullying and harassment.
Brian Smuckham works with the Red Cross and specializes in bullying prevention. He says more people have started speaking out about bullying at work and that it often looks very similar to the bullying we experienced growing up in school.
There's the physical bullying, the nudges, the pushing around. Verbal bullying, which is really big when they bring in the comments or rude comments, name calling, comments that are derogatory in nature. We can also look at the social isolation, which is a big factor. Cliques can form within workplaces just as they do within the schools a decade ago with the same people. And finally, cyberbullying and cyber harassment has become a big issue.
Child usually doesn't realize what they're doing or why they're doing it, where an adult is picking on them. They're wanting to do it.
Laura Makins manages a school bus company in Parry Sound and stopped by this adult anti-bullying seminar last week in Orillia to see what tips she could pass along to her employees.
How to maybe diffuse it before it even starts fully. How to get people aside and say, this is what you're doing, you better stop it before it does go further.
Smokum says any type of bullying is destructive, and it is in a company's best interest to make their work environment as positive as possible.
It impacts upon the productivity and creates a poison environment for all the workers, not just a person being targeted. Those bystanders who have a responsibility to speak up and stand up, they're affected in the same fashion.
Often people are afraid to speak up about bullying in the workplace because they are afraid of the repercussions.
You know what the company policies are, to follow that process, move it up the chain until satisfaction is gained. If you're not comfortable or you don't feel safe enough to face the aggressor and take that stance, then report it immediately.
The Red Cross recently started putting on these anti-bullying seminars geared towards adults because they have been getting a lot of calls about the problem. For more information, you can contact the Simcoe County Red Cross. Heather Wright, CTV News, Orillia.